What's up, everybody? This is Undead Warfare here, and this is going to be a part one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time list, starting with my favorite war movie of all time, The Patriot. This movie, it, I, it was one of my favorite movies from childhood, and it, it has really good acting. Um, the guy who played Lucius Malfoy is the actor who played um, I think his name was, oh yeah, William Tavington in this movie. The Colonel, one of the main villains, is actually really good in this movie, and it has really good acting, great action, great character development. Um, it's basically about like the Civil War and uh, America fighting for its freedom and stuff, and George Washington, and like it's like set in the 1800s. And the only scene I don't like in the movie is probably uh when when the village when the redcoats attack the village, and they try to kill Mel Gibson's family, and um his wife has to hide the children and stuff. And my favorite scene in the movie was when Mel Gibson and um, Tavington fight at the end, and that's one of my favorite scenes. Beside the one where let's see, oh, Heath Ledger's character almost kills the main bad guy, and then the main bad guy just kind of stabs him, and that part kind of scared me as a kid. So I didn't really expect it, but it's a pretty good scene. So this movie, I don't know if I could review this movie because uh, it's so good that it would probably end up reviewing itself because it's just that good of a movie, number one. And number two, I don't know if I could um, say anything that's already been said about this really, really great movie. This movie basically just was my beginning of James Bond fandom, and many others being a big fan of Bond and the movie and the video game. But first, I played the video game first. I played the multiplayer, and then I played the campaign, and then I saw the movie, and then just went from there. And then Tomorrow Never Dies was the second one I saw, and I've been a big fan ever since. This one is probably the best musical ever made because it has great characters, really good story. Uh, John Travolta is fantastic in this movie, and so is Olivia Newton-John and everyone else. And what I think they should have done if they made like a third one was what they should have done was make like a reunion type movie, like a high school reunion, and have like the Scorpions have them kind of redeem themselves and or something, and um, it would be a much better movie than Grease 2, which was garbage. But this one's probably the best one. It has great songs. John Travolta, who plays Danny Zuko, is just hilarious in this movie. Like, even when he acts like a jerk towards Sandy, and then they have this off and on like love triangle. Uh, I actually like a long time ago. I actually my sister and I actually did like a scene by scene play of it at home. Like we made some home movies about it when we were kids. So, but that was years ago. Like that was back when VHS VHS tapes and camcorders were a thing. So this one is probably one of my favorite Friday the 13th sequels because it's basically Jason versus Carrie, and it's one of the scariest ones, and it has pretty good kills. And what I like about it the most is all the shit that happens to Jason um, th- from this character named Tina, who gets picked on a lot from this one girl that like torments her because of her power, her like her social skills and stuff like that, because she has a hard time fitting in with the crowd because no one really understands her, including her father, which is trying to like cope with the fact that her real father died, and he's trying to cope with her powers and help her like get through them and like control them and stuff. And eventually, like Carrie, she eventually gets control over her powers, and just shit hits the fan when Jason goes through all this stuff that happens to him. This one is the first Van Damme movie I saw as a kid, and I've been a big fan ever since. It's basically what Mortal Kombat should have been, with the whole tournament and the badass characters and stuff, and um, people getting killed in all sorts of ways, and this one badass character named Chong Li, which is what Shao Kahn should have been, where Chong Li is just fucking everybody up and killing everyone and stuff. And in my opinion, that's what Mortal Kombat Annihilation should have been, but whatever. So that's part one. I'll have part two out as soon as I can. Have a good day.